Let me see, there's one, two, three, four, 5, 6, 13 and 14. What am I doing with my life? Yo, what up, and welcome to what I'm currently reading. If you haven't noticed, then I have been posting my regular videos about what I read in whichever month it is. And that's because I really haven't been reading. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Go and I've been a bit down, so I haven't had the mental capacity to go through books like I did last year. But I am kind of in the middle of a lot of books and thought that maybe if I go through the books on camera and tell you about it, then maybe I'll get enough motivation to actually finish them. So without further ado, did it go yellow? My camera keeps going yellow and I have no idea why. I restored all the default settings and it still keeps doing it. The first one I see right here is Eddie Izzard's Believe Me, a memoir of love, death, and jazz chickens. So it's his autobiography. I'm in the front part. I've read 74 pages of this, and some people in the Goodreads sections in Goodreads were commenting that it is not funny, but it's an autobiography. He isn't obligated to be funny, and I'm seeing a whole new world of him, and it's really fascinating. And it happens in a time where I haven't read a lot of books in his childhood, I mean, so it's really interesting for me. So that's one of the books I'm in the middle of. Let's pick out another. This has been in my backpack for about a month now. It's Only Human, and it's the third book in the Sleeping Giants and Waking Gods series. It's not that good. I really enjoyed the first two books, but then the narrator changed and I haven't quite gotten back into it. One of them is really dusty, and it's 100 Nasty Women of History by Hannah Jewell. And it's basically 100 women. There's short biographies, a picture, and why they were cool. And this was the book I read before going to sleep, couple of pages, but I haven't picked it up for quite some time. I really should get around to it. The stories are really funny and very inspiring, and the selection of women is different from the usual suspects. It's all over the world, so it's really, really fascinating. I'm learning a lot, or I learned a lot when I read it. Then the book that's keeping the place where I'm at the other book, is Smoke by Dan Violetta. And I'm in the front. I'm at page 52, so not really in the middle of it. And it's quite depressing. And my friend read it and said it was quite depressing. But it's kind of like Victorian London, boarding school boys, and something wicked this way comes feeling. So I bought it. I should read it. I just it's not really something that goes, it has a good feeling and it goes through like really fast, so this is why I'm stuck. But I want to read it and then I want to sell it. And now what else? This is actually has some kind of bookmark. Yes, bookmark. So I've ran out of bookmarks because I'm in the middle of so many books. Which one is it? One, two, three, four, fifth book. And I lost it. Jesus. I think I was somewhere here. This is Goblin Emperor by Catherine Addison. I picked it up because it was a woman author, and it came highly recommended. And it's not a new book. I bought it used from Amazon, and I'm not quite sure why I'm not reading this, because it's exactly like the fix I prefer. So it's a fantasy setting, something is going to happen, and it's everything is nice about it. Maybe it's just that the character is not a, I don't know, K-pop band member is why I'm struggling. Maybe I should just imagine somebody at his place and then it would go faster. But yes, this is called The Life and Times of Dave Grohl by Paul Brannigan. And again, I'm quite not really in the middle. It's page 53, so and a lot, and I quite liked the beginning, and then I made the mistake that I went on Goodreads, and people were really not happy with this book. So they were saying that it's more about the scene of that time of the rock and punk music more than Dave Grohl's life. But I kind of prefer that. But after reading so many negative reviews, I just felt less motivated to finish. I mean, I really like it, the style which they were slagging off, but maybe everything just got to me, and this is why I haven't continued with it. Now, again, something I'm really struggling with or don't feel inspired enough, what is my hair doing, to read is The Rig by Roger Levi. And I bought it because the book cover is so cool, and the setting seems interesting enough, but the character is again, if I remember correctly, some washed up youngish male, so I'm like, I can't relate to that. And there are so many books like that in the market. And I'm on page 82, so again, like, so much, so many pages to read. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Reverend Gun, which is Machineries of Empire, Book 3, which should be the end, by Yoon-Ha Lee. I really like his books. I enjoyed the first two a lot, and starting this, it just kind of threw me. I think there's a bit of a problem with the beginnings of his books, because they're usually very hard to just trudge through, and then it gets better. So maybe this is why I'm, like I said, I'm on the only read 28 pages. So this is a bit of a struggle, but usually when I get farther along, then the books, his books turn better. What else? I completely forgot that I was reading Michel Foucault's Birth of Prison, and I'm on page 112. This is so dusty, and this has bookmark of a book that I already finished about a year ago. So yes, this has been on my table for quite some time. I do like it, but the language is not the easiest, which means that it's not really a book you're going to pick up at 10 p.m. to read before bed. You need to concentrate on it. So maybe this is why I'm having trouble. Now, the newest book that I started and I'm in the middle of is what is it in English? It's by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, and it's, well, the original title is La Sombra del Viento. It's wind, gas, tuulevari. I don't know what it is in English. I should have looked it up, but it seems like quite a popular book. I'm on page 124, and that I read during one evening. So it goes super fast, and it's one of those books you can't really put aside because it reads so well. But I do have a bit of a problem with how the women here are described, like hot potatoes that you just want to peel. Like, what? I mean, this is a very celebrated book, as I've understood from the reviews, and I see one of my professors has read it, and my friends have rated it highly. But just reading it, I have so many problems with the language, and it's kind of hard to look past it. And when I put it aside, then I don't think that, oh, I want to pick it up again. But when I do pick it up, then I read it through. So, problem. I am so annoyed by the yellow tinge that keeps coming up. Okay, let's speed it up. And the last two books, which I think I'm the closest to finishing, are first Simon Garfield's On the Map, a mind-expanding exploration of the way the world looks, and really enjoy this. It's about different maps, imaginary and real. It's again the type of book where you read by chapter, because every chapter is about a different map. So this kind of hinders the progress, because you're not just going through it, but you're like, oh, I'll just read one chapter before bed. And I'm on page 134, so like this. But I enjoy it. The chapters are interesting, so I'm going through it. It's so yellow. And the last book, the book that I've started before this wind something thing, is Inferior, and it's by Angela Saini, and it's what would you call it? Non-fiction, popular science, and basically it looks through different kinds of research that has been done in the about women, or in difference of the sexes, like are women bad drivers, or do men like to play with more technological things like cars, and women like to play with, well, or girls, children, like women children, or girls like to play with dolls, and then tells if this research has been actually proven, or is it like one small experiment that had its results just blown out of the proportion and accepted as common knowledge. So this is super interesting, and I read it on my trip to Germany, and I'm in the middle of it. So 148 pages, and I think it's like exactly in the middle of it. Enjoy it quite a bit. So those are the books I'm... No, wait. Okay, the last book I'm in the middle of is Willful Behavior, by Donna Leon, and I read 4 chapters. So, but I'm on page 36, so really short chapters, like a lot of pages left. I just picked it up thinking that this will be fast. Usually the crime novels go by like blink and you'll miss it, and I got bored. uh, she's been my favorite crime writer for years now, but her last book was not that interesting, and I'm not sure why I haven't. What problem I had with this? It just got bored. But it's not. Nobody has died yet. Maybe that's the problem. So those are all the books I'm in the middle of. My heartfelt promise. That's promise or pledge. Oh, that's better. I pledge to finish at least 10 books by the end of August, or I can't buy any books by until the end of 2019. 2019. Because seriously, this is not a normal situation. This is pretty bad, and I have so many books I haven't even started. So yes, I'm going to finish at least 10 of them by the end of August. I think it's doable. Like, that's not a lot. I read 8 books in February. So yes, I guess the next update will come at the end of August. Thank you for watching it. If you have any questions, or if you think there's a book I definitely should finish first, then leave it in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, blah 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 blah. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to see if I can fix this goddamn yellow tinge that keeps coming on my videos and photos. So yes, bye.